got your protein, and I got my pasta. I just can't let time go by without recapping what we did well last week as a family. This is why I don't cook much. Hey guys, welcome to this week's vlog. In this vlog, we're prepping Mom for assisted living, but I had gone through with my camera and taken some pictures of all her glassware for the family so that they can see if there's anything that they would like, because whatever Mom takes and whatever family doesn't take, then it will be put into an estate sale. And she has a lot of pretty things. She has lots of glassware. She is really a glassware person. And she does have a few sets of china. There's a couple of sets of Christmas china there. We've eaten off of those plates so many times. And that's china that Dad gave her, I believe. And then more Christmas china. And this is the set I really like. I just think those plates are so elegant, very fall-like. And I've always loved those Christmas plates, but I have plates of my own. And there again is all of her pretty glassware. And she just won't be able to take all of this with her. I believe this here is called Fostoria. And she has really displayed that through the years. She has a lot of china cabinets. She is planning on taking these crystal bowls and also this turntable, and here's some other things. Hey guys, it is Monday, April 27th. Welcome to the vlog this week. We are beginning our true vlog series. I hope you love vlogs. We've been talking about taking care of an aging parent. We have reached the time frame in which a lot of things are moving and shaking with my mom, and she's going to be moving to assisted living soon. We're going to be selling her house. We're going to have an estate sale before that. There's just a lot to do, but it's okay. The Lord is in charge. He is placing the path in front of us, and He will steer us correctly. So, and we'll try to make things from a perspective that will be as helpful to you guys as I can, because that's really what life is about, is just going about your life and trying to help other people in the process and gain strength from others as you go through it. So let's just help each other out as we go through the next few weeks. Months, whatever it takes. We had a really busy last week, and this week there's just going to be a lot of running around, a lot of phone calls, making things happen, and so there's just a lot going on. Today we are going to Mom's. Matter of fact, we need to be leaving the house in 3 minutes. We're going to meet with our realtor, which is actually the mother of my son-in-law, and she's a wonderful person, and she helped Mom to buy her house where she is now. So we're using her again to sell Mom's place. So we're very excited to be using her, and we're just having a preliminary meeting just to kind of get a game plan going. We can't sign yet until we get closer to list time, and we definitely don't want to list it until after Mom has moved. And so we're just kind of talking today. We're going to be doing some banking over at Mom's, and these are things that I just can't really vlog, but I just wanted you guys to know what was happening. It's all personal stuff, so I wouldn't dare vlog that and shove a camera in everybody's face. But yesterday I filled out Mom's paperwork for the assisted living. I had put the deposit down last week to hold the room, but I have some papers to drop off to the doctor. I have to schedule a follow-up meeting with the doctor so we can get those in the books for her follow-up for having her stent. Need to move some money around to make We sold some investments, so it has come in, but we need to move some to a higher yield account that gets a little more interest, but yet is still liquid so that, as we need it, we can use it. And so, I mean, we've got some banking to do. It's a lot of planning. This is what's happening. So if you're interested to see what can happen, when you're trying to get a parent from a house to assisted living, stay tuned, because that's pretty much what the vlogging is going to be about. I think we'll just wait and see what happens this week. So stay tuned and I will take you along. I will say it's spring, it's beautiful, the breeze right now, it just feels so good outside. It is 70 degrees. Everybody's dream temperature is to be in the 70s, and we're there. But guess what? Anytime you're in the 70s, there's a chance for storms, and we have those coming tonight, maybe even this afternoon. So I'll bring you along for that. But after we go to Mom's and do all this, I also have to finish filling out her paperwork for the assisted living place, but I have to ask Mom some medical questions about herself and her family's history that I don't know, and we've got to get measurements for the place so Mom can start kind of figuring out what she wants to take. Yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, we've got time. We're not totally rushed, but I do want to stay on top of things. What else do we have to do? George and I have to go to the grocery today. So hopefully you haven't left the video and you're sticking with me here as I do my opening intro, which I really like doing, just to let you guys know what's going on as we open the week up. That's where we are this week, so I'll take you along as best as I can. And as I always say, we'll see what happens. Here we go. Hey guys, we are back from Mom's. It has been a very productive day, very important day. We got a lot done just sitting at Mom's table. But we had the realtor appointment today and just kind of talked about the outlook and some details of some houses that we're selling around Mom. Yeah, just kind of came up with our game plan, and the realtor got to see Mom's place and take some notes on that. We took some notes on a few things that need to be fixed before we put it on the market. It's not very much, very minimal. We think George is making noise over there. Say hi. Oh, he's got a biscuit in his mouth.
Okay, hi.
Every little noise shows up on here. No. Every little noise, and so I'm over here trying to talk, and he's making as much noise as he can possibly make. It just happens automatically. It's just like a noise magnet when I start vlogging. So the next thing we did was to set up a money market account for Mom, which is really interesting. At the bank that she does business with, you can turn a savings account into a money market account. And so that's what we did. And so the account is pretty much set up. I have to check it tomorrow and make sure the interest rate is correct on it. It's better than just a regular savings account, and a CD is not liquid enough, and we've almost got that worked out so that we can take care of her assisted living while we wait for her house to be sold. And I did call the assisted living place, and I have it scheduled for next Tuesday for Mom to do a walkthrough on her own. They're going to let her come in because with her macular degeneration, she just can't really see the videos to be able to tell the depth of perception or whatever. She just can't see, and to be able to see the space and tell what she can take from the videos. So I also made a follow-up appointment with her doctor. Also made Maddie a grooming appointment, and we went to the store. So does that not sound like an amazing, productive day? Felt like a work day. So I have a lot of groceries behind me. The kitchen probably needs a little attention too. So I'm going to show you the haul. All right, real quickly, I haven't had one of these in forever, and I've been craving it, and I figure now's as good time as any to have some comfort food. I had Ultimate Caesar. I really like those little salads. Got just a little bit of mesquite turkey breast, which I actually like to put on some of my salads. The Sesame Asian chopped kit. I love those. This is mainly for the dogs to put a little bit on their food because it entices them to eat it. We have the Boda Box Breeze Sauvignon Blanc, which I have come to really like for basic table wine. I have potatoes, also carrots, because we're going to have a beef stew this week. Filling out lots of paperwork for Mom, and if I make a mistake, this is just really nice and easy to wipe it out. George, when he's mowing, is really having some issues with his sinuses, so he has to keep these on hand. He needed more toothpicks. Got the Lewis whole wheat bread with the symbol. Where's the symbol? There's the symbol. It's got the symbol. A lot of their other breads don't have the symbol, so I like the other breads. So I kind of alternate between this one and the other Lewis's. Craving watermelon here. Bananas. I'll put one on cereal and one in a smoothie. And I really like to have a yogurt parfait, and the blueberry is awesome. I'll have probably the parfait with this one, put a little bit of granola on it and some nuts. And then this one, the berry one, I'll put with the banana and have a smoothie. All right, I bought some lean cuisines. I used to eat this one all the time at work. I got tired of it, but now I'm craving it, so I like to have these available. So I usually stock up, eat them all, and then go buy more. Spaghetti with meat sauce. I love my spaghetti. And then I haven't had this one in a long time, and I really ate this one a lot when I worked. I really ate the fire out of them and got tired of all of these things, to be honest. But it's been so long, so I decided to get a few more because I kind of miss them now. So there's 3 of those. They were on sale. I bought some Italian tomato sauce. That's tahini, which George is gonna make some homemade hummus probably. I bought 2 of these. They were buy one, get one half off. And I really like the root beer. They were out of the individual root beers, and I didn't want to pay $9.99 for a whole pack of them. I still have a lot of Olippops. I'm just out of the cola and root beer ones. I bought Boda Box Cab and a Boda Box Rosé, dry rosé. I usually drink these little box ones because they're just cheaper. When it's just me wanting a glass of wine every now and then. So we bought eggs. They were a really good price. And then Marie Callender chicken pot pie, comfort food for me. One night we're gonna have a cheap Mexican meal. And I think that's it for the haul. Now I gotta put it all up. And believe it or not, I still do have some things that are really important that I need to do here at home, like pay a couple of Mom's bills. I need to fold some laundry. I don't know, it seemed like there were 2 or 3 other things that I really needed to do today. I think I'm gonna sit down with a bowl of popcorn. My back is kind of hurting, and it's had a burning sensation since last week. I think there was one time when I was lifting on Mom, and it was at midnight. She was tired, I was tired. I tried to lift her up, and I guess that was the time that she really didn't put any exertion in it, and it killed my back. So I had told her, you're gonna have to help me or we're not gonna be able to do this. And then from that moment on, she was able to hop up and just do it on her own. since then, it hasn't really hurt too bad. It's just been a burning sensation in my left side of my back. But now it's starting to turn more into pain, like two pieces of bone rubbing together or something. I don't even know. It's just uncomfortable. So it's aggravated. It's not bad. I just need to work through it. All right, so we're going to have a nice, relaxing afternoon, and we'll see you in the morning, unless anything interesting comes up. It's supposed to storm. I don't know how that's going to go, but it's very windy out there right now. Well, it is 2:30 in the morning, Tuesday morning, and we are under a tornado warning. I think we're okay. I think we're just kind of on the edge of it. But yeah, there's this whole blob that's got to come through. But I have both of the dogs. I did wake George up and told him we had a tornado warning. I grabbed the dogs and the leashes and we came downstairs. So he may or may not join me, but that remains to be seen. He'll probably wait until the thing gets here. So, are you waiting on Daddy? Are you waiting on Daddy? They are so good. They just follow me down here and then I put their leashes on them. So I love them. They make things so easy. Tornado warning canceled. It's a severe thunderstorm warning now. So I'm back upstairs with the dogs. It looks like it's mostly rain right now, but we just came back upstairs because it's more comfortable. It's just a lot of rain mainly. It's like 3:30 or something like that. I don't know. Way too early in the morning. Hello everyone. It is Wednesday now. I did not vlog yesterday. I just kind of needed a day, you know? I didn't want to put on any makeup. I got all of Mom's banking, financial, all of her funds transferred to the new money market account that we set up. So all of that was done yesterday. I forgot what all I did yesterday. I worked on a video, did some housework, relaxed a little bit, kind of having a little back issue going on here, and it's just escalating now. It just hurts. It hurts all the time. It seemed like the heating pad just made it act up this morning. So It hurts to stand. Sometimes hurts to sit. And that's why I'm leaning over right now. But we'll get through it. I have a lot to do today. Maddie has a grooming this morning. She's waiting on me. Dexter has gone to doggy daycare. So I definitely need to vacuum while he's gone because he's scared of that. Miss Maddie's going to come back looking so pretty. The doggy daycare and the grooming are at the same place, but their check-in times were different. And their pickup times are going to be different. So George and I are, dividing and conquering, as I say. But yeah, I have a lot of housework. There's a lot of things that I've been kind of behind on the last couple of weeks that have just kept rolling over. And I'm trying to get a lot of that done. The video is shorter this week that I'm working on. So that's a blessing. I'm just going to quit talking and let's get Maddie to her grooming. And maybe I'll be hungry after that. Need to stop at my post office for my P.O. box and see if I have any cards or letters from anyone or any business opportunities. We'll see what happens. I haven't checked email in 3 days. Yeah, so it's just been crazy, y'all. But it's okay. We're hanging in there, back hurting and all. We're doing this. I have to push through that. Off to it. Tim Hortons. I've been through the drive-thru. I started to get hungry, so I just got the biscuit sandwich. I did something for myself. I always do this. If I've had a period of time where I've been stressed or I've worked really hard, I always think that I deserve a treat. And so I got some Timbits. I just don't eat donuts. I mean, I'm the type of person that would love donuts, and I don't eat them very often. I allowed myself to get a box. I guess there's all of these different flavors in there. So, I don't know. Maybe one a day for 10 days. I might have to freeze some of them. I've been doing good at not eating a lot of sugar. So I just had to have one. Now I'm negotiating with myself. Maybe we do 2 a day for 5 days. All right, gonna eat this biscuit and then run by the post office really quick. I showed you the donut. I should show you the biscuit. Look at that bacon. All right, the counters are bleached. So I got that done. All you can do is try. That's okay. I just get a little picture. We're here at Sprouts. We're gonna make some orzo to go with the flounder that George is making tonight, so we needed some fresh veggies. We have been enjoying looking at their frozen fish section. So I noticed they have swordfish steaks, might be interesting. Cobia.
Never seen that.
We have that in Destin a lot. They have that in the Gulf. $8.99 for a little bag of sweet potatoes. Poke tuna, not for me. Pepper, crispy beets, blueberries, avocado, apple, green onion, cobia, cucumber, and the package. It's got Chardonnay in it. This is the wine that we had, and it was pretty inexpensive, but I thought maybe it would make a nice table wine.
We've had that before.
Oak Tree probably came from there. I want to say it was like $7.99. It might have even been $5.99.
I remember that label.
So should be okay. So I'm going to be making an Orzo salad, and I have 2 different recipes, mainly just to get all the different ingredients from it, but I'm gonna make it my own. So we're gonna do that this afternoon. It's gonna have garbanzo beans, cucumber, tomato, onion. It called for red onion. I'm just gonna put green onion in there because that's usually what I like. It's a little milder of a taste.
Red pepper?
Oh yeah, I bought an orange pepper, bell pepper, to put in there. I thought that would be good. Add a little extra something. We're gonna do that. I need to do that first so we can go ahead and be setting up and marinating in the fridge. I'm using this brand of Orzo. I had cut this and put it in here. I don't think it's a complete package, but I think it's most of it. I'm probably gonna cook all of that up and just add the veggies and then the herbs and make a vinaigrette with it. Let's get started. All right, guys, the garbanzo beans, I used those. They have been rinsed off and drained, so they're ready to go. The Orzo is cooking, and so now I'm just gonna chop all of our veggies. So it's going to be green onion, orange bell pepper, cucumber, tomatoes, and then we'll add the herbs and do the dressing. Okay, so there's the cucumber, garbanzo beans, onion, and the orange bell pepper. The orzo is on the bottom. Okay, so we're gonna toss all that, but I also need to add in my feta cheese, which I forgot to mention. So I'm not really measuring anything, y'all. I'm just making it. So I'm gonna put in what feels right to me. and we probably like a lot of it. All right, so I'm just going to toss all of that lightly. I am going to be putting in my herbs and dressing. I just kind of like to look at what I have and make sure I have enough. You know, you don't want it to be all orzo or all cucumber, and I think we got a good mix here. If it were Christmas time, you could put green bell pepper in there, or red, or both. I did have some extra cucumber, and I just saved that for us to put on regular salads because I thought it was going to be too heavy on the cucumber side if I put any more in there. All right, let's work on the herbs. All right, so I'm just going to tell you, George and I will often use dried herbs just because we already have it on hand. Fresh is always better. Like if you're making this for company, you might want to go with fresh because it will be tasting a lot better. For just us, you know, we're just going to go with the dried basil. I'm putting in there basil, parsley, the mint. I think we actually have fresh mint for that, which George will probably go pick that here in a few minutes, and I'll mix it in. I'm going to put a little bit of garlic powder in there, dried oregano, dried basil, a little bit of salt and pepper. For the dressing, I'm going to use olive oil, red wine vinegar, lemon juice, a little bit of Dijon mustard, honestly, a little bit of garlic powder and dried oregano in that too. I think it's going to be good. And I'm not measuring things. I'm just putting a splash of this and a dash of that. That's the fun of making orzo salad. You just kind of put what you want in there. And, you know, on most of these salads, you can do your olive oil and whatever vinegar you want. The vinegar flavors change up your dressings. And then you can add your salt and pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and then whatever other herbs you want. If you want a mustardy taste, you know, you can throw in the Dijon mustard, and I'm going to do that with this. I should mention that I did not put any onion powder in there because I already had onions, so I shouldn't have said that a while ago. Okay. I totally forgot to cut up the tomatoes, so just know that I'm going back and doing that now. This is why I don't cook much. All right, dressing is made. Like I said, I didn't measure. I just mixed up a bunch of stuff. All right, so yeah, it's got the olive oil and the vinegar in it. And I used red wine vinegar. Added a little bit of Dijon mustard, salt, pepper, garlic pepper. I added some ground red pepper because we kind of like it hot. I put a little bit of lemon juice in there. It's got a little bit of basil, oregano. I'm gonna pour it in. You should be proud of me because I don't cook much. I've been trying to cook more. I mean, I can cook. It's just I end up doing everything else but cooking, and George does most of that. So I think it's gonna be good. We'll have to sample it, but we're gonna let it sit in the fridge until dinner, and then we'll eat off of this for about 3 days or so. Maybe longer than that. I will only eat things for 3 days. George eats it longer than that. I'm just really picky. I had food poisoning once, and I vow to never have it again. Let's give it a little taste test. Yeah, it's everything I wanted it to be. In the winter, I dreamed about all these salads because I do like to make orzo salad, broccoli salad, potato salad, macaroni salad, pasta salad. But this is just so good. I love the garbanzo beans in there. You got your protein, and I got my pasta. She is waiting patiently for me to get out of the kitchen and get my coffee so we can go back in the bedroom and I can work on my video and she can lay in her bed back there. She missed me this morning when she was gone.
You here before, not a coincidence, I'm
case you wondered what the noise was, the Keurig was heating up. I'm got to have some coffee to get this video done, and then maybe we can read this afternoon. When I start a book, it takes me a month because I only get to read like a chapter a day, maybe 2.
Fingers through your hair. Something inside begins.
Hey guys, it is Thursday already. This week is flying by, and it has been kind of a restful week after such busy, stressful week last week, and I'm taking it. I think Mom needed a week where she didn't have anywhere to go. We needed a week. We've done a few things, this week, but it's certainly by far been more restful than last week. Yeah, okay, the elephant in the room. This is the first time that I have worn these, and my eyes were a little puffy this morning, and so I thought I'd try them out before I put on my makeup this morning. They're Grace and Stella patches. And then my daughter gave me some Mary Kay ones for Christmas. But I had already bought these, and I haven't used the Mary Kay ones yet. I had bought these from Amazon. I'll link them below in my storefront, which is in the description. Yeah, hopefully this will help because they were really puffy. I don't know why. Today, I have just been doing some planning. I took all the notes that I had from my legal pad regarding all of Mom's upcoming changes, and I actually put them in with my planning spreadsheet, which I have broken out in time across the year so that it's just intermingled with all of my stuff. At first I was going to keep it separate, and at first I needed to keep it separate. But now we're at the point where things are happening, a few things this week, a few things next week, and so I can go ahead and set up my planner that way, just so that we do things in order. You guys know I'm a planner, and I don't want to forget anything, and so I have kind of staged it by month. Here's what we need to do this month, and here's what we need to do this month, and all of that stuff. And yeah, it's all falling in May and June. So, and then I push some of my projects off until July and August. So, because I know this is going to take up more than a full-time job, just getting all the changes done. But it's all good. I was made for that kind of stuff, I guess. Must have been. I end up doing it all the time. I'm going to go finish getting ready, get something to eat, and I do want to talk with you guys about some of my thoughts on how last week's crisis was handled, how we held together as a family to get done what needed to be done. I just can't let time go by without recapping what we did well last week as a family. Yeah, I don't want to miss this. I don't want you to miss this. And I couldn't convey that in last week's vlog as a recap because I was still too much in the circumstance at the time. But just having reflected, I have some things coming up that I want to say and share with you guys. It must be shared. See you here in a few. All right, so I made a list of everything that went well last week because after I've just had some time to reflect on the chaos of last week and just how we were able to do so much in such a quick amount of time, it was just amazing. But I don't get the credit for that. It's totally God getting the credit for that. But I made some notes. Number 1, we prayed for God to bless our efforts and to place our steps and to be in control. Number 2, we took things one day at a time. We did what we had to do in the current day, and we were looking ahead to what we knew we needed to be doing tomorrow. We accepted referrals as we talked to people and they gave us suggestions. We looked into those. So the help of others, we feel like it was God working through them. Number 4, we contacted family and friends. We said, hey, mom's in the hospital. Hey, we're going through this. Hey, pray for us. And not only did we share the crisis with those around us, with our friends and family, but then they were coming back around in 12, 24 hours asking, how are things today? I can't tell you how good that made us feel, knowing that people cared and that they were praying for Mom and praying for us as we made decisions regarding her future. And it was just amazing how all these things came together. You know, people were checking on us. So it was awesome. We knew that people were thinking about us, praying for us, and had our back. Mom, with what she was going through, and then us in trying to figure out what we needed to help her with. Number 5, we took care of ourselves and the others around us in our presence. It was my responsibility to see that Mom was not in pain and receiving the care that she needed, to think about her future. We were considering immediate needs versus future needs, and in the process of doing that, we did not forget about ourselves. Just reflecting back on the videos, I noticed that I knew what I needed during the process. I needed a sandwich so that I didn't have to worry about getting food, and I was self-reliant in that. I had snacks, and I was prepared to share those snacks with anybody else around me that needed it. I had water. I had I did forget my blood pressure meds, but George remedied that for me and brought them the next day. For the most part, I had what I needed. I needed things to do when I was in the waiting room. I had a book and I had my iPad. I had things to do, and I found myself finding little pockets of joy in the chaos. You know, it's like, it's okay. God has us. He's taking care of Mom. The doctors are taking care of Mom, and I'm right here, and I've got my sheep game. Number 6, we asked for what we needed. You know, we asked for help. The first day when Mom got her stent and her arm was in so much pain and she was sick and things weren't going well, and I asked for us to stay in the hospital. I told them what we needed. I stood my ground, you know. It wasn't that I was being so demanding. I was just asking questions. Why would you release her in this condition? You know, this is not right. They let us stay 2 nights in the hospital. Number 7, we recognized that what we were going through there was temporary. I know particularly when we were trying to find some help to be able to lift Mom out of her chair or out of bed in her home when she's living by herself, I was really starting to be frightened that we wouldn't have any help. And as time went on, I realized God is going to provide for us what we needed. I tried not to panic. I knew I could not lift her on my own, but we tried it, and we successfully did it several times. The last time I did hurt my back a little bit, and it's not hurt bad. It's what I knew would happen. It just gets irritated, takes a few days for it to shake out and settle down, but I don't think it's permanently. I hope not. I don't think it's permanently going to be an issue. I have had to learn over the years that I can't lift much at all. I can't lift with the right arm. I can't lift with the back, and it happens. I get hurt pretty quickly because it surprises me that I can't lift as much as I think I should, and so it's too late by the time the damage is done. When I was at Mom's, I would start to think about, oh my gosh, am I gonna be having to stay here for 2 weeks or something like that, because I don't have it in me to be a nurse. I'm just not good at that role. I can care for someone, I can get them meds, I can fix them a meal, I'm not good at the lifting, and I'm not good at the blood, and I'm not good at the vomit. I realized after the fact that somehow I knew this was only a temporary thing and that we were going to get through it. And we did, because I was only needed that first night because, Mom could actually get up out of her chair and get up out of bed and get to the restroom and get up out of there. And once she could do that, then I wasn't going to be stuck over there for 2 weeks, trying to lift and pull on her. And I kept thinking, we'll hire somebody. We'll just have to hire somebody. So I really think that I kept calm during all that and was trying not to think about the worst case scenario, but I was prepared for the worst case scenario because I had done all the interviews. If it meant that someone was going to have to stay a couple of weeks, I would have called the company, because I just don't think that physically, and probably not even mentally, would I have been able to do that for a couple of weeks. But God used me as a tool and allowed me to be able to do that function for a day. I was also wearing a lot of hats. I recognized that the current state of what was happening was just temporary. Number 8, you tried to recognize the good in all the situations instead of fussing about the bad. And I'm proud of everybody for hanging in there and not complaining, because when one person starts complaining, everybody starts complaining, and nobody wants to be in the situation with each other. When that happens, you're just ready to escape. And I think the only complaints we really had was that they were trying to get us out of the hospital really quick. Beyond that, I think, we looked at the good in all the situations that we could, and that just made things more positive. And then number 9, we praised God for the strength that He gave us and for watching over Mom and for helping us make decisions and for helping us to get through one day at a time, for putting people in front of us that we needed to see and talk to. And He just really made the path smooth. He took away any stones that were in our way. He postponed meetings that didn't need to be had, and He pushed forward into our face the meetings that we didn't need to have. And He just gets all the praise, and we thanked Him, when the week was over. And we're still praying for a smooth path, and we're still praising Him and thanking Him for what He's done. And I just could not go through this vlog this week without mentioning those things, because they were just really coming to the front of my mind. And I just think these things are important, that if you're going through a crisis, that that God will provide these list of things, 7, 8, 9 things that I just mentioned. And that's just really awesome that that you can count on Him for that. So George may go out with the guys tonight. It's our next door neighbor and some of his friends, and And if he does, I'm probably just going to have popcorn because I have eaten a really good breakfast. I've had a really good lunch. And George is, I don't know if you can see him. Oh, he's gone now. He held the rake up to say hi. Oh, here it is. Let's see. Can you see the rake? He's saying hi. He knows I'm vlogging. I am going to finish what's left on my list today. I really think that this week is the calm before the storm. He's got to make noise, you know. I think he's doing that on purpose. I really do think he's doing that on purpose. I need to fill out the rest of Mom's paperwork. Oh my gosh. He's trying so hard. He knows I'm vlogging. Yeah, he's got the dog all torn up. I'll come back. He knows what he's doing. If he can't be in the vlog, he's gonna ruin it. That's what he's gonna do. All right, George has got the burn barrels going. Just cutting up some limbs from all the storms. Getting the yard back in shape. The rhododendrons have been really pretty, but they're kind of fizzling out. These were really vivid pink, but they are so pretty. They have been beautiful. Hop up there, Maddie. Maddie girl. I thought I would tell you guys about what I'm reading because I did finish the airport book by Arthur Haley. I really loved it. It's a book from a long time ago, but I thought it was really good. And I started reading Woman Aboard by Janet Stevenson. This was also written, I think, maybe back 1969, 70, something like that. It's been a while. This is a story about sailing, I think, through the Pacific. And I just got started on it. Like, I'm on the second chapter. But I always take the cover off. I just like that. Anyway, I haven't taken the cover off of this one yet, but Michael Jackson, I need to read it. This one is a honker. I mean, it's probably 600 pages. We're going to go see the movie probably next week if we can work it in. We were going to go this week, but we had such a wild week last week. We decided to calm this week down. So I don't think I'm going to be able to read this solely. So I thought it would be good to bounce back and forth between two books. Sometimes I've actually bounced back and forth between 3 books, but I'm not reading enough to warrant bringing a third book into the mix. Hey guys, it's Friday now. Have had a very relaxing day. I have not pushed myself. I did a blog entry, got some things off my chest. I was gonna end the vlog today about the time that I got my makeup on and started to do the vlog. George was playing music. He's been recording music for a little over a year, probably longer than that, but it's all coming together since we've been retired. So he has a CD now and he is playing it. He's trying to see what order he wants the songs to be in. He's done a really good job with it. I just didn't have the heart to ask him to let me have time to video my vlog. I just decided, you know what, I need to try 7 Brew drive-through coffee. And so I decided I would do that. I had a coupon for half off. All the Mount Juliet residents got one because they're new in town. And so I'm gonna try it and see. It is a cold brew. I've been trying to do cold brew because they're less sweet. And then I got a brown sugar cinnamon, half sweet, so it's half cut, and then cold foam. So let's see how it is. I've always gotten the caramel, so I was kind of expecting that flavor, but I like it. It's very similar to my Starbucks, but I think I'm going to go back to my caramel. Definitely hitting the spot. I kind of needed a little bit of cheering up anyway. It's been a very busy week. Just had a little bit of tension in speaking with Mom last night. I think she's worried about how the meds are going to go and just trying to figure out, because there's some things that she doesn't want to take every day, and she doesn't want to lose that control. And the meds are basically distributed every day, you know, by the nurses. So I don't really know how that's going to work. She had some concerns that I was just going to drop her off and leave her and not come visit, or at least she said that. And, you know, so I'm kind of dealing with that. It's like, was it something I said, something I did that made her feel like we're just going to drop her off and leave her? Like, you know, I never did that with Katie at daycare. I don't do that with our dogs. Why would I do that with my mom, you know? I guess she's just having some fears and just, you know, the upcoming change. There is definitely change coming, you know, so I'm trying to have a little bit of sympathy for what she's going through. I'm trying to honor her through this, and I hope we can honor each other through this, because, you know, we have a lot to do in a very short period of time, and it's not going to be easy. And the more positive that we can all be, it's just going to help us out. It's going to help her out. Pray for us, guys, because we can do hard things. We have done hard things, and we're about to do some more hard things. I just hope we can do it with joy and love and peace and kindness. And we're trying to do what she wants. You know, we got the unit she wants. We've got somewhere close to us. It's not cheap. So we might as well embrace it and enjoy it and be kind to the process. And yeah. So this week has kind of been all about the paperwork, the banking, and all of that. So next week, we have to start thinking about what she's taking. We're going to be measuring. I'm going to be gathering boxes. We're going to go get her a new recliner. We'll see what other furniture she needs. Just kind of figuring out what all we need to take. And we can't really schedule the movers until we know what the date is. I hope you guys will stay tuned as we go through the process, and we'll take you with us every step of the way. Don't forget to give me a like if you liked the video. Let me know what you thought with what all is going on. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you guys next week as we take the next steps and do whatever we can to get Mom ready for assisted living. All right, guys. Bye now.